guys, today is day number 2 of the Learning to Cook series. So yesterday we made shrimp fried rice. Today we're gonna make chicken Alfredo. So very simple, fettuccine pasta with homemade Alfredo sauce and some grilled chicken. Okay, so step 1 is that we need to prepare all of our ingredients. And like that, we have all of our ingredients. So over here we have chicken, we have garlic, we have seasonings, we have pasta, cream, butter, and guys, the most important ingredient when you're making Alfredo sauce at home is the Parmigiano Reggiano.
It's a block of Parmesan, you donut.
Don't use that pre-grated stuff. That pre-grated stuff tastes so bad. You need the fresh block and you need to grate it yourself at home. Okay, don't be lazy. Now, before you start cooking, there's one rule. You gotta wash your hands. So our first step is that we're gonna fill a pot to the top with water. While our pasta is boiling, we're gonna start mincing up some garlic for our chicken. You want to mince this garlic as finely as possible. So we're gonna put this garlic to the side for now. And we're gonna focus on our chicken breasts. So if you can probably see, these chicken breasts are very thick. So what we're gonna do is, because we're gonna pan sear this chicken, we're gonna actually slice it in half like this to make it thin. That way it fries easier. And as you can see, we get these nice 2 even pieces of chicken. Once you have these nice even pieces of chicken breast, you're just gonna season them with some salt and pepper on both sides before we start searing them in the pan. Keep recording. Some pepper too. I have this really nice kitchen tool. It automatically grates the pepper for you so that your arms don't get tired while you're doing this. Make sure to get both sides of the chicken breast. Okay, I feel like it's been long enough, so now we're gonna test if our pasta is al dente. Good al dente pasta should be slightly chewy. Mine is chewy, but at the same time it's a bit hard. So that's how we know that we should probably leave it in the pot for a few more minutes. So it's been a few more minutes, so let's try again. That's perfect. You see how it's a bit stiff? It's not coming apart easily. That's exactly what we want. We're gonna put the heat on medium high, and we're gonna add in about a tablespoon of butter. You can be a bit generous with this, you know, a tablespoon, give or take a bit. And you really want to spread the butter around, get it all melting. And while that butter is melting, we're also going to be adding in some olive oil. The reason you want to add both butter and olive oil is because they have different smoke temperatures. So this allows you to get a healthy cook without overdoing it. That should be enough. You want to go pretty heavy because if the chicken sticks to the pan, then that's the worst thing that can happen. See, now it's starting to bubble, so this means that we're ready to put our chicken in the pan. You're going to gently lay your pieces of chicken across the pan. I'm only going to do 2 pieces of chicken at once because I don't want to overcrowd the pan and hinder the cooking. You want to constantly be checking on the chicken. You're looking for a nice sear. So right now it's looking a bit bland, but that's why we're going to add some more garlic and stuff later on. But to get a really good char, you want to put some pressure on the meat. And it's almost done on the first side, so we're going to flip it in a few seconds. And as you see, you should start to be getting this brownness in the olive oil and butter mixture. That's what you want. And hopefully by the end of this, you have some crispy brown bits left on the bottom of your pan. That's where all the taste comes from. So right now, this oil and butter is getting kind of violent, so we're turning down the heat way down low. But we're actually going to go back to the other side because we need to get a better sear. And also, we need to keep it in the pan long enough that it's fully cooked because we don't want to get salmonella. Okay, we're going to cut this open now. We're going to see if it's fully cooked up. I mean, it's looking pretty cooked to me, but I'm going to give it a taste test. Just to make sure. We don't want any salmonella, so I'm going to sacrifice myself. So it's kind of chewy. So I'm pretty sure we actually overcooked it a bit because it lost a lot of moisture. Okay, so because this is kind of losing moisture, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add this butter, olive oil, and all of these crispy bits. And we're gonna let the chicken soak in this until we have to mix it in with the rest of the pasta.
Scrub it up, boy, clean it up, or that stain is just gonna stay.
We're gonna remove the rind of the cheese because obviously that's not edible. Now we're gonna use a box grater to grate our Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna use a food scale to make sure that we have exactly 90 grams. We have 92 grams of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. So now we're gonna set this to the side, and we're gonna start making our sauce. You wanna measure out 112 grams of butter, and you wanna add this to your pan that we just washed over very low heat. To the pan, we're gonna add a whole entire pint of heavy cream. Alright, this looks kind of gross with all the butter, but you just have to trust in the process. We're gonna add some freshly cracked black pepper too. That should be enough. And let's keep stirring. So this sauce, it's cream and butter, which both burn very easily. So we're gonna be constantly mixing this around to stop it from burning in the pan. And you wanna mix it up really well until you can't really see that spiral of butter separated from the cream. You wanna mix it into one sauce. We're gonna add in all of that delicious garlic.
Nice.
So after 5 minutes of a gentle simmer with frequent stirring, we're ready to start incorporating the Parmesan cheese. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little sprinkle of Parmesan cheese at a time, and then we're gonna mix it and we're gonna get it fully incorporated before we add any more. Now that we've incorporated all of the Parmesan into our sauce is finished. So we're gonna turn off the heat and we're gonna strain our pasta. And there we go, we're left with this beautiful fettuccine pasta. we're gonna start moving all of this pasta into the sauce. Once you add the pasta is gonna start to absorb all of the moisture from the sauce. So we're gonna add some pasta water back into the sauce to rehydrate everything. We mixed all of the pasta with the sauce, so now it's time to add the chicken. We're gonna cut our chicken into even strips before adding it to the pasta. Beautiful. This tiny little bit of chicken came off of one of the breasts, so I'm gonna save it over here for my dog. Bruno, chicken. Nom nom nom. Beautiful. Okay, so now that we're finally done cooking the pasta, we're gonna give it a taste test. The chicken's pretty chewy. We definitely undercooked that. And now let's try the pasta. I mean, not undercooked. We definitely overcooked the chicken. Now let's try the pasta. That's really good. It's not really heavy like a store-bought Alfredo sauce. It's really light.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what in a traditional Alfredo sauce.
Okay, let's try some of the chicken.
Any comments?
Well, tastes really good. It's really chewy. I like it. Alright, let's try some of the pasta now. I mean, it's definitely cooled off a bit. You know, we might need to heat it up again, but pretty good.
Okay guys, so that concludes episode 2 of my Learning to Cook series. We just made a delicious chicken Alfredo sauce. In episode 1, we made shrimp fried rice. And in episode 3, we're gonna be making cheesy chicken quesadillas. I hope to see you guys back here for episode 3.